Welcome to Lessertainment, the channel with the most deceptive name in all of YouTube. Today we'll be looking at some fighters who wanted to intimidate their opponent during the face-off, and well, it didn't pay off at all. It was actually quite the contrary. They got destroyed, and well, it was kind of deserved for trying to act all cocky. They should be more like these guys here, who tried to intimidate each other, but they just kissed and made it fun and took the edge off. Or like this guy, who I'm pretty sure is just acting that he doesn't know how to get into and out of the ring. But he did win the fight, so he must be somewhat good. Let's get into it. First, we start off with this fight between James Thompson and Alexander Emelianenko. Alexander is the really calm Russian dude right here, while James Thompson looks like his steroid rage is acting up and he's about to kill somebody.
Thompson is 25, 6'4", 264 pounds. This is his debut in Pride.
Whoa, look at him.
It does hype you up to try to act this way in preparation for the fight, but if you lose, you end up looking like an asshole. James Thompson did speak on this fight in the future, and he stated that he was really young and was acting this way because he was lacking of self-confidence, and I completely understand that. On the other hand, Emelianenko is not a good person in real life. He has actually been in jail for sexual assault convictions. Then the fight started and Thompson got crushed.
Thus far, and here we go, and Thompson right away pulls into Emelianenko like a house on fire, and this is a slugfest.
I told you.
And Thompson is rocked by Emelianenko, and rocked big time.
The fight was over in about 10 seconds. Man, come on, at least cover up if you're going to rush a fighter like that. He did get him off balance a bit after tripping him, but once recovered, Emelianenko just teed off on him. This was a fight between Heath Herring and Yoshihiro Nakao. Herring just wanted to do the traditional mean stare down, but Nakao had other ideas.
일제라고 붙었군요.
네, 그렇죠. 사실 이런 일본 언론들이
잠깐만요.
Admittedly, this is a very weird way to intimidate somebody. Nakao was hoping to achieve the same thing that happened in the intro video, but Herring was having none of it. The fight was actually declared a no contest, and officially they both committed a foul. But come on, Nakao is just being playfully intimidating, and I think it worked. Except that Herring couldn't wait for the fight to start and just ended the fight right there. Nakao's intimidation method backfired big time. Mike Tyson is probably the best at intimidating his opponents, and he explains it perfectly right here.
I walk around the ring, but I never take my eyes off my opponent. I keep my eyes on him, even if he's ready and pumping. He can't wait to get his hands on me as well. I keep my eyes on him, I keep my eyes on him, I keep my eyes on him. Then once I see a chink in his armor, boom, and one of his eyes may move, and then I know I have him. He still looks at me with his piercing look, and as if he's not afraid, but he already made that mistake when he looked down for that 1/10 of a second.
The first video we will see is when he fought Peter McNeely, where Tyson was looking at him just swaying back and forth.
This is the Nevada state rules only. Protect yourself at all times. I expect a tough, clean fight. Any questions from McNeely's corner? Any questions from Mr. Tyson's corner? Let's get it on!
I'm going to assume that McNeely didn't want to look into Tyson's intimidating aura, and that's why he had his eyes closed at the beginning. But then he opened them and saw that the devil was standing right in front of him. And instead of trying to look tough, he went with a smile, right in front of his face, basically making fun of Tyson for having such an angry face. But he kind of looked like an idiot. Then even more like an idiot once the fight started.
Here we go! And McNeely, as advertised, comes right at Mike Tyson. Down goes McNeely! Seconds into the fight, McNeely on the canvas. Stop that nonsense because they were starting to butt heads. Tyson with a left hook, a right uppercut, down goes McNeely.
Then we have the time he fought against Joe Ribalta, who was a much taller fighter looking down at Tyson.
Mandatory 8 count isn't a fact.
Joe Ribalta did make it to the 10th round, but he took a lot of punishment. The stare down is just really funny, especially the way his face is cocked to the side. Reminds me of this saying that is said in many movies.
Mandatory 8 count isn't a
Right hand by Mike Tyson is invited. And there was an uppercut.
This is probably the most famous video where Usman Ahmed, also known as Uzi, walks into the ring dancing, and then when his opponent Ashley Sexton walks into the ring, he does this. Why the hell would you ever do this? Just be professional and stay in your corner until the actual face-off. Then try to do something stupid like this, to try to scare or put your opponent off his game. This will look horrible because then this happens.
Hit the punches out. Now shout. It's
the right hand, and he's been having success with that since the opening bell!
Uzi is famous for only doing this stupid crap in one fight. You probably don't even know that he had 19 total fights and fought 9 more times after this fight. I mean, for sure you would have thought that he would have retired since he looked like an idiot and was embarrassed. And he's probably going to be made fun of for the rest of his life. But no, he continued and lost most of those 9 fights. This is also a very famous video where Jules The Jackal, already a weird nickname, was facing off against Ben Nguyen when he decided to act like a cocky idiot.
Just the details for the fighters. Good work, guys. All the best. Tomorrow night.
I mean, what do you expect from someone who was willing to get a tattoo on his face? He was actually the champion before the fight, but once the fight started, that didn't matter, and his intimidation backfired spectacularly. He was defeated via knockout in only 25 seconds. And to be honest, I don't even know what I would do in an actual stare down. I think I would just be laughing the entire time because it kind of seems ridiculous to me when they get that close, and in the end it's just for the picture in order to build up hype. Who could ever forget how Joanna trying to intimidate the shit out of Rose Namajunas for the entirety of their pre-fight meetings? She was completely trying to get into her head, and ultimately it failed. But this part right here is the face-off. This looks like some type of movie or anime scene where the bully fighter is being a complete jackass. Then the fight actually started, and well, we know what happens. Rose did not fall for any of this intimidation, and she completely shut down the champion in spectacular fashion. I really like how she didn't move or flinch at all during that standoff. This is a fight between Morello Rua and Tony Bonello. Bonello was really hyped up for this fight, and he really showed it during the face-off.
I want you guys to do a clean fight, follow my orders at all times, defend yourself at all times. Come on. All right, touch gloves, touch gloves. Touch gloves, touch gloves. Come on.
Pretty sure I would act like Rua did here, just kind of smiling, almost at the point of bursting out in laughter. Maybe fighters have to be this way in order to be able to beat another human being senseless, because most times there isn't real anger involved. The fight started, and this was the ending.
Bonello jump guard there. Now trying to let Bonello absorb. You talk about a guy with a tough beard, friends. Well, Tony Bonello definitely has that. A titanium jaw, eating knee on belly position, posturing, dropping those right bombs of fire.
Rua was able to win the fight via knockout in the first round. They went to the ground almost immediately, and Rua maintained top control the entire time, until he ended it with a shower of punches and elbows. This is another famous fight of a cocky fighter getting taught a lesson in under 10 seconds. This guy is Jason Solomon, and he was on a real high, coming off from 4 consecutive wins to start his pro career. Then he fought against Amitesh Chaubey, and well, he showed his cockiness right here.
Jason the elder, 29 years of age. Both fighters weighed in approximately the same weight. But the hometown advantage goes to the Delhi Don, Jason Solomon.
Or are his eyes really big, or does he open them way too much? Either way, the fight started and ended faster than his pull-up right here.
Ramesh Solomon representing the Delhi Gladiators in the red, and here we go for the welterweight. Oh! He's hurt! He's hurt! He's hurt! He's hurt! He's hurt!
Less than 10 punches were thrown in this fight. Damn, that was a perfectly timed overhand counterattack. Quick slip and he's out. The king of ring entrances is probably Prince Naseem Hamed. He's also really good at making really fun face-offs. This fight was against Kevin Kelly, and Kelly was doing a good job minding his own business, not feeding into Hamed's trolling, but he just couldn't help himself.
And his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing leopard with Adidas trim, he weighs 126 pounds also. And
he started dancing and talking with Naseem Hamed, who is probably the king of making you look foolish. Why, oh why did he do that? You just made the tiger mad.
Kelly is unable to solve, but doggone the things that could happen would be that the Prince was exposed as a fraud.
I think the mistake he made, there we go.
Hamed knocked out Kelly by a knockout in the 4th round, but both fighters were knocked down 3 times in this fight. The 4th round was actually pretty fun because Hamed knocked down Kelly in the middle of the round. Then Hamed put his glove on the canvas for a second and they counted it as a knockdown. Then Hamed landed his powerful left hand and put Kelly down for the final time. Okay, so Kelly did back up his talk a little bit more in this fight because he actually knocked down Hamed also.
In this round than has been the case before, but taking some leather in return. Down goes Kelly to respond here.
You got to be careful mixing it up with Kelly because he can
shot. Leaping right hand by the Prince. Ooh. And a hard left.
Now we get to Fedor Emelianenko. My man Fedor is one of the calmest looking fighters you will ever see. He almost looks bored the entire time. And he was fighting Naoya Ogawa here. Ogawa was trying to stare down Fedor and then he made the mistake of not touching gloves.
And here I go again. You're nervous. Huh?
Oh, there is definitely a nervous energy throughout Saitama Super Arena. Ogawa refusing to touch gloves with Emelianenko.
Fedor then started with his crazy onslaught that Ogawa tried to survive by going to the ground, but Fedor landed in full mount position and worked his way to end the fight.
With the chance of Ogawa, Emelianenko right away takes it to Ogawa. Lefts and rights.
Look at his hands.
And he's got him.
Look at this!
There's the balance!
Whoa! Amar! Oh, he's got it! He's got it! He breaks it the right way, not the other side. It's beautiful!
Oh,
that's beautiful! He's got it!
This was right in the middle of Fedor's crazy winning streak. You have to respect the opponent. Come on, man. You're putting your life on the line. Why would you anger the beast that is Fedor? Let me know in the comments if you would be a douchebag like these fighters. If you succeed, it will definitely bring you more fame and money. But if you fail, you might appear on a list made by an idiot like me. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe down below. Also make sure to turn on those notifications. Thanks for watching this video. See you next time.